Hello. Hello.
Forgive me if I'm just a little bit nervous. Because, I don't often do the I don't often do the whole community stream thing. Some people can do this kind of thing like with no effort whatsoever. Like, it takes them nothing to do this. Like, they've got, like, 6 to 12 friends that they're like, hey, you wanna help, like, promote some numbers for doing, like, community streams? And they're like, absolutely, really, here we go. With me, however, I absolutely fucking struggle at that kind of stuff. One, because, introverted, everyone starts from somewhere. That is true. However, this is now been something, like, I've been doing, like, the whole streaming thing for, like, 3, coming on to 4 years, I want to say. Because I'm pretty, yeah, I think 2021 is when I was, like, doing it back at, like, hi there, Shinza, welcome to the stream. Like, 2021 in April is when I started doing streaming and what have you, and I think in either June, I think, was when I started being affiliate or something crazy. Oh, no, maybe April was when I started being affiliate, but I started doing it in, like, February or some crazy shit like that. Also, why are my eyes, like, pointing downwards? They shouldn't be that far down. There we go. Anywhoosies, still struggling with what I say when starting streams, but I know I'm gonna get better over time. Yeah, you're just, here's the thing, you're just starting. You are you're quite literally, like, just starting within, like, you've only started within the last, like, few weeks, haven't you, Pink? Also, for those of you that don't know, go check out Pink. They're been playing some Tactical Breach Wizards, which was in my to-do list, but, haven't got around to doing it, so there's just way too much in my, what's-mahoozy, there's too much in my backlog, and there's too much for me, like, going on in my day and what have you. God damn it, Masonic! But yeah, thank you, JCat, for being here first. We got Masonic in the chat as well. Grin was also deciding to do his little zebra roll. You're like 7 away from affiliate. 7 followers? Chat, go check out Pink. You should go check him out. Here be dragons. Wild Saber. Why is Wild Saber like this? Please. Yeah, please. Please help out Pink Loop. But yeah, no, like, I've been trying to do community streams for, like, the last... Oh... Like, it's probably been over a year now that I've been trying to do the community streams. Now, I know some people can do them, like, weekly. Like, for instance, Unnamed, along with Solo and a few other, streamers, they don't do this as a streaming event. They just do this as a, hey, we're gonna host, like, a little little get-together to, like, hang out in VR chat and such like that. And they've been doing that every week. And that seems to be going fairly well for them. There's a lot of people that come along. There's all kinds of conversations that happen. I've joined in for, like, the last... I've joined in twice so far. The one that happened, like, I think last week, I did not attend because, unfortunately, I was working the Saturday shift, so that wasn't gonna happen. Tomorrow, you plan to do more Spec Op Wizard shit, and then Sunday you'll be going back into the Cassette Beast. Ooh, okay. I've never heard of Cassette Beast before. But yeah, so some people, like, they're able to do the whole community outreach, making connections, and, sort of just, like, because here's the thing, is that, like, when you do these kinds of things of, like, oh, hey, we're gonna be, like, doing a community stream and such like that, yes, it is a sort of as a means of an outreach to hang out with your community, playing games with them and such like that, but because you're doing the community outreach, and there's more people viewing your streams, it's also meant to be sort of like a call to action to try and promote growth within your stream. Like, there's that's why, collabs and networking, like, despite everyone, like, kind of being annoyed of, like, sometimes it's like, oh, your favorite streamer is, like, collabing with someone you've never heard of before. It's like, why the fuck are you doing this? It's like, because, quite frankly, they're trying to reach out into areas that they are not being recognized whatsoever. Your best means of growing big is to explode. And the best opportunities of exploding is when you're introduced to communities that have never heard of you before, which means, like, every attempt, it increases. Yay, and so now my Discord... Alright, so cool. So I got a Discord notification of the thingy-majiggy starting, which is good. I've sent my thingy-majiggies to, like, different kinds of, like, self-promotion Discord channels. So, hopefully, there will be people coming into the stream. Hi there, Clarkson Otter. Welcome to the stream. I think it's easier to do than a big stream for... I think that is easier to do than a big stream for community stuff. The collaborations? Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. When you do... So, collaborations and community streams, like, those are the ways to try and, like, you know, do it big. Hi there, Spice Chicken. Welcome to the stream. And, like, I used to be able to do, like, there's a number of ways to, like, do the streaming, is the thing. The streaming part is the easiest part of this thing. If you ever hear someone say, oh, hey, streaming is, like, a very difficult job and what have you, they're lying to you. It's not the streaming part that is the hard part. It's wearing all the other hats. It's the media coordinator, it's the socializing, the outreach, the business finances, the analytics. It's everything else irrelevant to streaming, but would help with the streaming. So, for instance, Unnamed has been doing this for a while now. They have been doing TikToks. I also have a TikTok as well. Anytime people, like, clip my streams, a lot of the times I'm clipping my own stream, which is, you know, sometimes I hit bangers, sometimes I don't hit bangers, and, you know, it is what it is. Will there or will there not be a VC? I wonder, because I have Fortnite only on my PS5. If you pass a vibe check, then, yeah, there's a VC, but, you know, it's not a requirement to be in the voice chat or what have you, so... Because, you know, there are some people who might be watching the stream right now where, you know, they're only comfortable lurking, or maybe they want to join into the games, but that's it. They don't want to, like, you know, go into the VC and start chatting and what have you, so it's fine. So, there's a bunch of hats at once, and that's what I'm seeing. It's a challenge, but a fun one. Yeah, so... Depending on where you are in your, like, sort of streaming, like, you know, journey, like, whether it's a career or a hobby. For me, it's still very much a hobby. I would love it to be a career of, like, you know, oh, I'm making, like, however much money from this kind of thing. But it's not, I'm not about to leave my job for this thing. Hate to break it to you, but there isn't enough of you subscribed to me, and there isn't enough of, like, you know, marketing trade deals or anything like that for me to be, like, you know, I'm gonna give up on a full-time job that gives me superannuation contributions, annual leave, time in lieu of, and all the other, like, benefits to do streaming full-time. Because, yeah, this sometimes pays my internet bill, and other times it doesn't, because the internet is expensive in Australia. The thing that stops me from streaming so often is the trying to announce that I'm live. Where do I promote? I have to manually do this? Yes, you have to manually do this. For me, personally, like, here's something that I've set up over on my, Discord. That's right, I have a Discord. Is there... Ding, 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 dong, dong. So, one of the things that I've set up is, if you have your Discord account linked to your Twitch account, I have, like, a thing called StreamCord. It's, like, one of the millions of bots that people have invented to work within Discord. And what it does is that if it sees a Twitch-linked if it sees a Discord account with a Twitch-linked channel, and that channel has gone live, it will then post an announcement in the channel plugs channel of, you know, that person going live. So I have it happen to me automatically. I have it happen to anyone that's, you know, set themselves up as a streamer and has their Twitch account linked to their Discord. It's one less channel you have to worry about. And yeah, I think it's a pretty nice little addition thing. So then that way, because I'm not sociable. I try so hard, but it is exhausting. Like, this is why I only do the community streams, like, once a month at best. Can't believe Grant's streaming on a weekend. Always, YY. This Saturday. Always. Always. I am trying to do a stream on Saturday. Like, I don't have, you know, I can't be like Dazarus, where I'm streaming, like, you know, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. Like, I used to stream, like, 4 hours a week, but not Sundays. Yeah, usually not Sundays. Like, I used to stream, like, 4 days a week, now I stream only 3 days a week, because in my attempts of losing weight, I am having much lower energy, and I will often crap, and like this happened to me like I think back on a Friday or a Saturday or something crazy like that, but I just socially crashed out, and it was probably like one of the worst things to do. Like as much as the world will like spin out of control and all that kind of nonsense, um you cannot show that on stream. If you spin out on stream, unless you are, unless you're seen as like a very real person, authentic, and, and people empathize towards you, there is not a benefit in crashing out on stream. Unless you were somehow doing like a Truman Show thing where someone decided, oh, hey, this seemingly random person, I'm just gonna document them every single fucking day, like Chris Chan kind of bullshit, which, like, I don't want to. I would love to have popularity with Twitch, but not to a level of getting hit in the face like Chris Chan was, where every day there was just something being documented and everyone was trying to do something to them. Because, lo and behold, that was not what Chris needed. And it doesn't help that that person, like, really had probably some sort of mental issues. And I feel like the internet only did it to Chris Chan, of all people, because they knew they could get content out of Chris Chan. It was, like, sure, they've done some fucked up shit, but I'm gonna be real, I feel like that kind of nonsense wouldn't have been hitting the internet if they didn't decide to Truman Show a person that really wasn't equipped for it. God, that's the part about that Black Mirror doesn't want to present you. Black Mirror would love to present you the idea of, oh, either everyone is an asshole or a company is an asshole. They do not want to present the idea of, oh, here's one person that meant nothing of it, and time skip 4 years into the future, and now they are a piece of shit because the internet has just constantly berated them for content, and it's their livelihood that they have to be a part of it, and there's no way for them to be equipped to, like, disconnect from the internet entirely and try and move on and have, like, a job that everyone else would have, because, they wouldn't have done it in the first place if they could have just had a full-time job. Like, yeah. There is some stuff that's just, glad it hasn't happened to me. So, but yeah, where was I in my random train of thought? There was a reason I was going down that, like, route. Oh yeah, so, I'm not, like, I'm introverted at heart, okay? Yes, I can go on random tangents for, like, 20 to 30 minutes, and I can keep track, and I can keep up in, like, a group setting for, like, 2 to 3 hours. What is not presented to you is the 48 hours that I just decide not to communicate with anyone. I stay home, I slip into my bed, I put on my tablet TikTok, and I just scroll through TikTok, and I'm just like, I want my dopamine hit, and I really, really need, I'm just, like, if you're wondering what the hell my left hand is doing, I'm just, like, scrolling, I'm just going, bam, boom. TikTok is evil. No. No, it is not. TikTok, wasting time? Look, why? You're watching a zebra on the internet, on a Twitch platform, where they expect us, without any upfront cost, to entertain you. If you're gonna say that TikTok is evil, then every fucking social media content creation platform is evil. You are going to exhaust yourself trying to make those classifications. Well, I'm glad I'm renting out the basement in a friend's house. So, yeah. Man, I wish I had a basement. I'm learning English with Zebra. What can you say about it? You can learn from much better sources than myself. I'm probably gonna fuck up on English a few times, and I'm a native English speaker as well. It's no way to wasting time with you. You can learn English on TikTok as well. You can learn English on Duolingo. Anyway, I digress. Point is, like what Spice Chicken said, TikTok is a media sharing platform. That's it, same as all the others. Trying to put evil to a platform is like trying to say a hammer or a shovel or a house is evil. It is, you know, you're just gonna be exhausting yourself trying to have like morality provided to either conglomerates or inanimate objects. So, as much as we'd love to have like the peanut guy be seen as like some moral character, he's a fucking advertising mascot. The corporation that he is with does not care about moralities. If we cared about moralities with our companies and with our governments, we would all be run like Saudi Arabia. Because guess what? That is a country where, sure, it's a monarchy, and a little bit of their religious ties tied into their laws, but the reason why their religion is tied into their laws is because morality plays into it. If you're ever wondering what the fuck taught people morality in the first place, religion. There was a place for it a long time ago. We're kind of moving away from it, but you can't just cut religion out from people entirely. You're gonna do more harm than good. So, yeah. In Nebraska, it's by law, each house needs a basement. Goodness gracious. Duolingo isn't life-like learning. I train my ear with Grant, and he's a beautiful... Ah, well, thank you for saying I have a beautiful voice. I do appreciate it. So, yeah. My goodness, I really hit some really crazy topics here and there, don't I? I go for some really, you know... Gonna be real with you. One day, there's gonna be a clip out of context where it's just gonna be a case of someone's gonna be like, oh my goodness, is Grant a supporter of Islamic rule or some shit? And it's just gonna be like, no, I just pointing out that, like, you know, if we truly wanted morality to, like, you know, play into like laws and shit like that, we'd be way, way closer to religion. And some people would argue, like, no, religion isn't a teaching of morality. It's like, kinda is. Alright, where is my Epic Games? Hang on. I need to get Fortnite running, because there is something that I am going to need to check. Ding. Dong. Pause the music. Head over to this sign over here. Your English shouldn't be ideal, or like TV show host has it should be lifelike. Huh? I kind of get what you're talking about, YY. Kind of. But, anywhoosies. Getting Fortnite up and running. And easy anti-cheat is just being very fun. Hi there, Tatsu! Welcome, welcome! How's it going? You doing good? Thank you so much for coming along to the stream. I am so sorry I did not send you a direct invite until, like, 20 hours before I start this stream. I am absolutely terrible in trying to get, you know, invites going and what have you. I don't know what it is. I am, like, I post on Blue Sky, I post on X.com, I set up the Discord invite, and I'm just sort of like, right, I'm exhausted, that's as much as I can do. And then, like, you know, a week before it goes off, I'm like, maybe I should invite people. And then 24 hours before it goes off, I'm like, wait, have I invited anyone? So, yeah. Alright, is it connecting? Yes, it is. Is there sound? Hopefully there's sound. Right now it's connecting, so I don't know if there is sound, but... Here we are. Ding, dong, ding. Alright, cool. Reset settings visual bug. Some players may see this settings visually reset. Rest assured that this is a visual bug and your settings are not impacted. Cool. Can you get rid of this, please? Also, why is there... Hang on. Audio. Oh, music is like... What? Wait, why is there no music going off? Let me just go, like, 50... Alright, so mains... Always go like 75%. Sound effects, 70. Dialogue, 100. Voice chat is 24. Cinematics is 80. Picture in picture. Sound is high. Background audio. Visualize sound effects. Yep. I know it's a... Ding. Dong. Why is there no music? Ding. Like, you hear sound... Music. Here we go. And I'm hearing nothing. Hello, game. Yep, there's Tatsu. So, tink, donk, character. Why is there... Why is there no music? Why? Also, spoilers. There's I went through like a number of different like what's-a-mahoozy maps for prop hunts and such, and one of the ones that I've put on like my short to-do list was a what's-a-mahoozy, excuse me, was a SpongeBob SquarePants. That's not the first one we're gonna go through, however. Why the fuck is it giving me all these? Hang on. Ding. Actually, no, hang on. I should be able to look at my favorites, shouldn't I? Ding, donk, play. For you, game collections. No, by Epic, top rated. Where the fuck is just favorites? How far down do I need to go? Favorites, here we go. So, we select this one. Now, here comes the tricky part. Custom key. Does this work? So then that way you can do like private thingamadiggies. Matchmaking, checking for updates. Now the curiosity thing, I mean, it's good that you're casually speaking with your audience, not like after years training professional TV hosts. Oh, yeah, not professional here. You made a progress when you met you on Twitch. I understood 56%. Now I understand each. Excellent. Good to hear. Hi there, Bookie. Welcome to the stream. Now, one of the things I tried doing was setting up a creator code. So, hang on. Support a creator. Dink. Donk. Does this thing work? The day legend bookie for... Bookie for cookie? No, you're saying it wrong. Yay. So, I now have a creator code. Grant Zeebs. Which is absolutely hilarious. And I think because I have a creator code... Also, what in the world is Tatsu doing? Because I have a creator code, I should now be able to create custom keys. Which, you know, they allow me to force the matchmaking service to only match with people with the same key. So, private matches, tournaments, or other custom games. So basically... Moving forward, waiting for matchmaking to commence. Cool. So, custom key, Grant Zeebs. Matchmaking error. God fucking damn it. Hang on a second. Ding. Why can't I delete this message? Can I not delete my own messages? Oh boy. It will not let me delete my own messages, will it? Why not? Maybe we reset game? No, it's not going to be that. So, yep, public, no fill, ready. There are some... I think there's a problem where some custom games will not accept a custom key. So, actually, hang on a second. Let me just kick you out. Just real quickly, I'll kick you out. And if we go to something like... Also, I hate how... Library. Here we go. Recently played... So if you do something like Zero Build... confirm setting. Ranked off solo. And... Custom key. Yep, so there's my Grant Zeebs key. If you go play... Check for matchmaking. Waiting for matchmaking to commence... Queue is full. Please wait. All right, cool. So it does do the custom key for that. And then, so why won't it let me? Also, back to library. Back to the Robin Hood Walmart. 20 players maximum. Waiting for matchmaking to commence. Come on. Queue is full. Please wait. Yes, I understand the queue is full. Okay, cool. Alright, now it's working. Alright, I just had to be on my own. I can't have, like, other people in my thingy-majiggy, it seems. Cool, awesome. The thingy-majiggy works. So. Yeah. Now I just need Tatsu to try. Also, is Tatsu in the chat? No, there isn't. By the by, Bookie, Pink, and Tatsu, I'm pretty sure you're A-okay for doing the thingy-majiggy. Now, if you would like to join in on this thingy-majiggy, details. Yep, I'm already matchmaking. Here is the island. So, actually, I should let me just make a fresh message. So, island code is... So, but... 5. Custom key is games to join in on prop hunt. Bam. Pin. Manually unpin at the end of the stream. There we go. My ass is in a BR at the moment, lol. Do I pass vibe or nah? Curious. I know I barely watch you. We'll see how you go. So, Tatsu I've hung out with in the past and what have you, because I knew them from, like, Dazura's side of the Twitches and the what have you, so I think enough time has passed where I can now shout out Tatsu. There we go.
Hello.
Hello! And then we got Bookie. Bookie has been here for a while, and what's more, Bookie knows me in IRL, so that's why they passed the vibe thingy-madiggy. How is it going on the... I should probably have you as a barometer test. Are you aware of how to set up custom keys and what have you?
No.
Cool. So, when you're on a screen like this, where it has, like, you know, the play thingy-majiggy and what have you, I've already sent you the island code. So, when you're down in this section here, where it's like, you know, picking games and what have you, over in the bottom right, like, so right down here, there's an option called custom key. You select the custom key,
I see that.
and then you type in the custom matchmaking key. Now, I have gone very fucking basic, and I've just made it my username, Grant Zeebs.
Nope.
Thank you, Siribot. Hilarious. I wonder if I'm gonna get way more Siribot hits, because I'm in a very popular category now, whatevers. But yeah, you set the custom...
Is it the... Which one is it? Is it Proppin Hood's Island?
Proppin Hood's Island, which is for Walmart Prop Hunt. So that should be so the island code you can enter by, you know, just simply searching the island on here. So if you copy...
That came up when I used your island code in the thing.
Yeah. So
Perfect.
Yep. So you join on that one. Think, donk. So we'll see how we go. It's really chilling that I have, like, no music. Why is there no music? I swear... Is it doing, like, a streaming thing where it's like, oh, hey, we've turned off, like, you know... We've turned off, like, copywritten music because we detect you streaming and, like, we don't want to deal with copyright holders? Is that what they're doing? Hang on, Gyro.
I don't see why that would be, because you can play the music game on this and not get checked for it.
PII, communications, picture-in-picture, sound, subtitles, virtualize. Default. Licensed audio. That's why.
Oh, so they do have a setting for it.
Yeah, they do. So now comes sort and filter.
That means you'll be able to hear my emote.
Well, if I turn it off. It's just funny that it's like, oh, we'll turn off licensed music. They don't give you an option to, like, flip the licensed music is the thing that gets me. So... Let's see. We'll
they
just go
have
with the classic
matchmaking.
music. And then, yep, we'll keep the custom lobby nonsense. There we go. So yeah.
Oh, matchmaking error.
What?
Sorry, but you can't use custom matchmaking for this game.
How the fuck did I turn it on then? That's weird. I swear I've been... Also, hi there, little Incineroar. How is this not work? So, let's go down. Custom key. Accept. Because it can see me, like... Oh! Maybe... Okay. Try this. Keep the custom key. Yeah. Go over to, like, 0 bill or something like that. Hit start match or something like that. It will put you in, like, a waiting queue or something like that. Get out of it, and then go to the Proppen Island. That's what I did, and maybe that will fix it. Hatsume Miku is still in the thing? Jesus. So yeah, how's it going, little Incineroar? If we get up to like a 15-minute mark on this thing, I might just abandon the whole idea of using custom keys, because holy shit. Because you can only have like 4 or 5, you can only have like 5 people in a squad, as it shows there. And then there will come like the fun issue of, you know, trying to play with like at tops 20 people. Plus, I've been standing up for, like, the last 15 minutes. Wait, 15? 20 minutes. Last 20 minutes. Because I'm trying to get myself awake. Still doing a key error?
It's just not showing up the map now when I put in the code.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, so you put in the custom key ahead of time, and then if you do the search, ding dong, bam.
Okay, that just doesn't change it. How'd you bring up that search thing before?
Top left, there's a search icon.
Oh.
Hey, look, queued! 2 players. Is that you?
Nope.
That's me. Yay! Bookie did it! Hopefully you'll be able to join. God, there's so many loading screens. Some of these are cool looking, and then some of them I really do not care for. Lobby. Wait, why is it random? Why isn't it? One with a cool effect. Snake skin, dark place, fuck it, just keep it randomized I suppose. We've got different kinds of emotes which I'm not about to explore through. Ding, dong, players in the queue. You think you're in? No, you're not? Okay. If you're having issues, so in a 0 like build map or whatever like that, set the custom key first, and then go to the search icon in the top left, type, paste in the island code, and the custom key should still work, should like continue working. I think the issue is just because, you know, I've only just become a supporter creator what's-a-mahoozy thing in Epic Games that it's like a little bit funky. Actually, color me curious. What happens if I press start now? Is it gonna crack? Is it gonna be like, oh hey, matchmaking doesn't work for this thing? Let's see. Also, I'm moving into seated position mode. Also, I'm pretty sure, even though I've started the match, people should be able to jump. It should allow for, like, drop-ins and what have you. Should. It should allow for drop-ins. Where do I do the custom key? So, after you select the map, so either before or after you select the map, you scroll down into, like, you scroll down into, like, the library of, like, different maps you can choose and such, and in the bottom right, there's an option to enter in a custom key. Now, actually, here comes the fun bit. How to enter custom key Fortnite. Ding.
I can join your party because I'm in fucking thing. Let's see if it lets me join now if I do that.
Nice. Ding dong. Alright, so if you try to join after the match, you'll receive an error if you're merely character. May already have reached one.
Okay, that worked. Once I joined your party, just let me join.
Nice. Cool. Bam. Boom. Oh, Oceania, by the by. I probably should have mentioned, set your server to Oceania. I think it only... Alright, let's see. Let's see how this works. Also, I hate that there's like a fucking code in the top left.
Welcome to Walmart Prop Hunt. If you're having fun, don't forget to leave a like and a favorite.
Agree.
Enjoy the game.
Alright.
Oh. Y'all disappeared on me.
Yeah, so, because you're a hunter, me and Bookie are props, so we gotta pick a prop with the gun. We can go right-click to, like, change to a different, what's-mahoozy. So... let's see. Don't be watching my screen.
I'm not. I only have a singular screen, so I cannot see.
Nice. Okay.
That's a Fortnite coin.
Oh,
I'm just running around, connect with Okinawa.
So, some games of Prop Hunt do this, where it's like, oh, if you hit an object that isn't a prop, you get hit with damage. This map, as far as I know, doesn't do that. What it does instead, like, you can just, like, you know, infinitely just be firing at peeps and what have you.
There are so many props in this map, this is gonna be impossible.
This is why they give you a shotgun. Oh, and if you want to lock in place, you press Control.
That was a bad lag spike.
Ooh, yeah. But yeah, hopefully Pink will be able to join us. Because if there was a... I think... Yeah, I don't think the round times are dynamically set based off of users, I don't think. So... love how... Alright, so now Bookie is on the Hunter team.
Motherfucker started emoting on me.
Did he start emoting on you?
He started playing like loud music. I was like, huh?
So yeah, there's a prop ping that goes off, so different peeps have different, like, getting the custom key error. Damn it! There's gotta be a way... I hope I'm not, like, doing, like, a glitch or something like that, where I apply the custom key while I'm on, like, you know, 0 build or something like that, and then, like, trying to join into, like, a 0 build match with the custom key, and then I'm going back into the island prop. Because if it is going to be doing problems, I might just leave it open as, like, a public match, so then that way anyone can join.
They could also do what I did and join your party to join.
I believe there's a limit to, like, how many people can be in the...
Yeah, 4. But like books to join without problems, so whoever's having a problem can join for that is what I was saying.
Ah, okay, yeah. I wonder how Bookie was able to succeed. Ah!
I saw you just at the corner of my eye. I was like, huh?
Yeah, because I was like, okay, hopefully you'll, you know, do the what's some whoosies. So yeah, nice work, Tatsu. So yeah. I was trying to be like the potted plant and like something else, but yeah. You don't have Grant as a friend. Yeah, that's the... So yeah, that's the thing as well, is like, I wanted to try and do the custom key thing, so then that way, you know, there was a means of, you didn't have to be my friend in order to join into the match and what have you. So...
Welcome to Walmart Prop Hunt. If you're having fun, don't forget to leave a like and a favorite. Enjoy the game.
That is annoying.
I'm Hunter again!
Oh shit. It should be rotating. Aiding. Oh, that's devious.
It doesn't even matter.
Is your name Proppin' Hood? No, that's the name of the map.
I can hear your footsteps.
Oh, you can hear the footsteps. Okay, okay.
I should turn it off, but I've got the thing that makes it so that I can see where treasure chests are at, which means I can hear footsteps on my screen.
Yep. No, I have the same sort of thing. Now here's the unfortunate bit. I think I know what prop Bookie is. I just need to find them again.
Is that what I need?
Bone Dog with
Thank
the
you, Bone Mask Dog.
32-month tier 1 sub. 32 months of Zeb booty.
32. Need a... Got him. That was a pretty good
That's
hiding
really
spot.
That's what it's good if I get Hunter again.
But yeah. Welcome, welcome. Bookie mad. Look, different people have different techniques for how they want. Just don't forget. Your prop is gonna ping like every like 30 seconds or something like that.
My first time as a hider is gonna be just a meme because I just found an adorable thing I want to be.
Oh, okay, okay.
Welcome to Walmart Prop Hunt. If
It's
you're having
Megatron.
fun, don't forget to leave a like
Megatron.
and a favorite. Enjoy the game.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a hunter now, so... Oh, boy. Now, I wonder if they know. Also, why did... There we go. Okay, so... You're in there. I think I saw someone was like an eggplant or a pickle. So... Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, this is gonna bother me. There's a lot of like little. Someone glitch. Oh, wait, hang on. Can I? Am I tweaking? Like... Ah, there we go. Okay, so you can't open the doors, but you can get underneath them. Oh.
We meet again, Mr. Anderson.
Wait, you're not like... Wait. Oh, okay, that was Otter doing that. Okay.
We meet again, Mr. Anderson. Oh! An update popped up on my screen. I panic.
Hang on. Ah,
The one and
okay.
only thing that wasn't in there.
I will be real. I
It's-
thought that was the map's design to be like, yeah, let's just do a random like thingamadiggy on the shelf.
No, that thing is in the office room. I was like, this is adorable as fuck. I need to be this.
That was a good one. Ooh, okay, so Bookie isn't in the thing. Would love to play. You're welcome to join in, Bone Mass Dog. I know of the map that has fake props. But yeah, so what you'll need to do is you'll need to set so before you go to the island, you'll need to set the custom key, and then after setting the custom key, then you go to the island. I don't hear the little ping is the problem. So they're probably not out here. 3, 2...
Cool. They were over where you are, Grant. The beat's coming from over here. Got him.
Got him. Nice work.
Wait a second, I gotta turn you
Yeah.
down because you were very loud.
How to know how to insert key? So scroll down into like the creator thingamadiggy, into like the library of islands and such, and there should be a custom key in the bottom right. Also, make sure make sure you set your region to Oceania for matchmaking, because that's where I'm set right now. Otherwise, it might not work. So...
Welcome to Walmart Prop Hunt. If you're having fun, don't forget to leave a like and
yeah, so in the matchmaking region, set yourself to Oceania, because that's where I got, like, the lowest ping and what have you. Alrighty. Let's see. Hello. Oh my... Good luck. Oh. Damn it! I knew, like, the prop pings are very close together right now. So it's, like, almost impossible to... Oh, boy. Wait, is there a way for me to, like, reduce the time between... Nah, it doesn't look like there is.
You gonna get me? You gonna get me? Yeah.
Yeah, the rounds... There we go. Round over. It has to verify the files again? Ah, damn it. It says I can't. Error 401. Okay. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. It's probably dangerous. I realized by accident I was screen peeking. Shame on you. Well, here's what we're gonna do. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stay on the same map. I'm gonna end the Whatsamahoozee thing, and we're gonna change it to a public with no custom code. Okay.
If you're having fun, don't forget to leave.
So, one moment. I'm gonna remove the custom key, and we'll see how we go. All right. Dink. So, scroll down, custom key, get rid of it, so then that way there is no custom key. And, to join, Bing Dong, Dink, Ocean, I can't even spell Oceania, what the hell, Ding, there we go. Oceania matchmaking region. I think I know who that is. Ding. Alright. Let's see how we go here. Let's see how we go. Now, hopefully, you do not need to be in a party to join in. Let's see. Ah, okay, so it's already put me in a...
Bone Vulpix joined the party.
Nice. Ding. Dong. So, pin the message. Ding dong. So, hopefully, we won't need to be in parties. Because if you're in parties, and say, for example, you're, like, on the prop side and what have you.
Hello!
Welcome to Walmart Prop Hunt. If you're having fun, don't forget to leave a like and a favorite. Enjoy the game.
There we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, so for example, because... Oh wait, no. Oh no, it's because we're on teams. Never mind, not because of the party. Ding. I have no idea how good this is gonna look, but we're gonna try. Yeah, the prop pings are very close together. You can just get it over with. Yep, there we go. It is showing you, yeah.
Buxa hates me there.
Alright, so... I imagine Bookie doesn't like anyone that's able to catch him in the props. It's fine. It doesn't allow me to shoot you. What do you mean it didn't allow you to shoot you? Weird. Alright.
Welcome to Walmart Prop Hunt. If you're having fun, don't forget to leave a like and a favorite.
That's a cool
Enjoy
skin.
the game.
It does look cool. Alright, props, here we go.
A Delta.
Let's see. Ooh, okay. Actually, no, let's go... So yeah, I think the pings are too close together, so... Once we get more people into this thingamajiggy and everyone like has an understanding of how the game works and such, I think I will move to a... I'll have an investigation on a different map. pretty sure there's a way to do, Ah! What just happened? Problematic. Oh. Fuck. I'm sorry. The fuck am I? Wait, can I have a fucking idea what I am. Okay, now I know what I think I have is this. Oh god. Oh shit. I'm just gonna keep moving? I can barely see myself. Just like this giant fucking wall. This is what I look like, Chad. Back in waiting, the internet died. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Tatsu. Oh, wait, there's Tatsu there in the streaming thingamadiggy. Welcome back, Tatsu.
Can I just say that was the most fucked prop ever, whatever you were there?
The props are escaping! Stop them!
Oh, there's now a... Got Bookie. So there's one prop remaining.
I didn't know whether you were like a broken textual reveal meant to be like a billboard there, by the way.
Yeah. I could barely see it because apparently I was just so huge. So it was just the funniest thing. It was just the funniest thing, and I was just like, let me go out in the open so I can even see. Because, like, when I first changed into it, I was like, hang on, did I just pick up, like, a broken texture where it's, like, empty or something? And thank goodness it wasn't just empty, because I feel like then it would have been way too cheeky.
Because it was so big, I feel like your hitbox is only small, so we had to like find where in the fucking box your actual body was.
Ah,
Welcome
okay.
to Walmart Prop Hunt. If you're having fun, don't forget to leave a like and a favorite. Enjoy the game.
Alright, let's have a look, let's have a look, let's have a look. Oh. Alright. Okay, so we've got... So, Bone... So right now, Bone is one of the hunters. Then we've got me... Oh! Tatsu, you break again? I think Tatsu broke. This ain't too good. It says they're in the game. Nah, Tatsu crashed again. Okay, shame. Ah! Got me. Alright, time to help him out. decent hiding spot, Bookie. I was doing the same thing. No, it's not that. Ooh, toilet paper. Nice work. I imagine Tatsu's just having more internet troubles. Excuse me. Ding dong. Double check some of my What's-a-Mahoozy things. Really feel like it's unbalanced. Gmod at least reduces the hunter's health for each false shot. Not? Yeah, I know that's what Gmod does and such. I don't have Gmod, personally speaking. Thinking it would cost me. I was trying to find games that were either super cheap, either everyone had them, or they were free. So
Welcome to Walmart Prop Hunt.
it's alright, Bone. I wasn't imagining
Don't
you,
forget
like...
to leave a like and a favorite. Enjoy the game.
Alright, now I'm Hunter. Cool. So, we'll do one more on this map, and then we'll move into, We'll have a look at one of the other maps that I have available on my favorites list. We'll see how that one goes. Because I think the part that this one kind of, like... I don't think the issue with, like, the hunter, like, not losing health on false hits is the problem. I think the problem is just how the prop gets pinged so rapidly. And, you know, minutes do not get adjusted properly for it. So yeah, we'll do one more of this one. How's it going, Tatsu? Internet back?
Yeah.
Cookie for Bookie! Here's your cookie, Bookie. Ooh, okay, hang on. Okay, this is a... okay, this is... painful. Where the fuck are they? Because they're somewhere in this wall. Where the fuck are they? Transformers, robots in disguise. One slight. What the fuck is that?
It's a tiny guitar.
That was impressive. God damn it. Oh, don't tell. Hang on. Now
I don't think that was even the one you were looking for. Is there a way to get around the back there?
Maybe? Hang on. No. Okay, so they're not... This is gonna be tricky. This might actually be, like, a proper good one. Just grab you. Oh. Got bone. So, yeah, there's like elevations. I forgot about the hidden rooms, honestly. So, now I'm gonna have to be like double checking every fucking thing. Captain Carp. Walmart Sport. The Walmart Electronics. Okay, so I think someone...
He's
might-
definitely in this corner somewhere.
Red Loop has joined the party. Hello.
Have they glitched into the wall somehow? Because they're literally in this corner.
Yeah, we can hear the ping every time, but...
Can I glitch into the wall? Is this possible?
The props are escaping! Stop them!
Oh, there's different corners you can, like... that open up. Okay. They might have already have...
Because they're over there.
They might have... Did they find a way to glitch? I don't know.
Who is it? Is it Bookster?
Oh. So... Now the question is... The map is huge. Yeah, the map is huge. But the problem is now we're entering into a realm of... They must have... They're... Who's still alive? Bookie. Okay. Bookie, how the fuck...
Because you're definitely in this corner. Bookie's using Hex. It's Hex.
Nah, I think Bookie... you can... Question is like, what could they... Not like a... Props win. Where the fuck?
What?
They-
Did you like squeeze in between the fucking TVs or something? Because I looked behind there.
How? Jesus. That's a good duck. Alrighty.
That's the most fucked duck I've ever seen.
That was very fucked. Let me tell you, that was... So close, yet so... I could stay hidden the whole time. You could... You don't have, like... The benefit of going into that room is the fact that if you're small enough to go into it, the hunters can't follow you in there. That's the benefit. So, but, you know...
We're switching maps now, aren't we?
Yeah. So...
Welcome to Walmart Prop
Ding.
Hunt. If you're
Return
having
to
fun,
lobby. So, because there's a Yeah. So, there is a number of maps that I put on the save. The SpongeBob one, I did a quick save on, because maybe for the nostalgia's sake, but I'm not 100% behind it. So.
Oh, they have an excellent skin.
Dink. Alrighty. So, the one that I had next up was Haunted House. Now, will it let me just select the... No, it will not. So, to join in on Prop Hunt Island code 4010-8053... Oh, wait, I need a... 4010-8053-3281 matchmaking, if I can spell matchmaking, Oceania. There we go. Pin that comment next, and then it will be a manual on pin. So this one also doesn't have the welcome to prop hunt kind of thingamajiggy in the open, at least as far as I know. So we'll see how this one does for us. So I'll let that go for a few minutes because it looks like a few Bone and Red are still in the other thingamadiggies. Actually, fuck it, we're going in now. Just gonna randomize my skin, see what we get.
Optimus Prime.
Yeah, we got a reindeer. Cool. Awesome. It fucking crashed? Oh, sorry about that. Maybe because of you trying to, like, join in on a map and then we were leaving it and what have you, so... Hang on. Can I... Nah, fuck it, I'll leave you guys as is. Donk. Waiting for Tatsu to ready up. Ah, yeah, because... Okay, hang on. This is...
Because Bone's still another thing.
Yeah. Bone, we swapped! It's moving. Will do. So, there is... Ding, dong. Once they're in the waiting room, then I'll be able to move them. Ah! Excuse me.
Big red. Let me sword you.
Alright, so it's just waiting for people to rest. I like how this one has doors. that was like half the reason I picked it, is that it's cramped, filled with object, and there are doors. Alright, let's see how we go. It has fake props too. Oh, nice.
What a fake props.
I may just... I don't know what fake... Maybe fake props are like just some props here that are like, oh, it's not really with the haunted mansion or what have you, so... Hello, Bone!
So fake props are props that move.
Oh, okay.
Can I just say I have a bone to pick with you?
Oh, I've heard it all.
Alrighty. So, I can hear you all running around, so... Oh, I got limited bullets! Okay. This is an interesting one. So there's a boogie bomb, there's a 2-shot shotgun. Primal stink.
I can't actually hide because I joined late.
There should... You don't have a pistol in your second slot?
Nope.
Hmm.
I'm right outside the door that you come out of.
Hi.
See? Hi.
And I just walk
I
right
think
through you
I'm-
as well.
So I think I'm supposed to be a prop. So, could you shoot me?
Oh, that's not fair. I did a shakedown on you. I don't think they were expecting this kind of a feature. Because I can...
Now I have, a lot of, weapons.
Wait, did I get hit for damage? No, I didn't. Okay. I almost thought for a second I got hit for damage when I did that shot, but okay.
So, you'll see that some things move. Some things are shootable. That are not props. The things that are shootable are props that move but are not people.
Is there a way for them to get even higher? I don't think there is.
Yeah, there's a few areas of this map that are secret.
Ah, okay.
So, Grant,
Yeah?
I may be the only one hiding, but yes, you can jump higher.
Wait.
Hello.
Ah, okay.
Like this one.
I was a pemmican on the top shelf.
Alright, now
That's
Red's
how you
with
say
us.
it? Pemmican?
Red, if you wanted to know how to get into the VC, there's a VC called Stream Waiting Room over in the streaming category. That's how you get in. Alright.
Is that how you say the fruit? Is it pemmican?
Pedersen? What a...
I say it as pedestal, but
No, it's a fruit. It's like pemmican.
persimmon.
Oh.
Persimmon?
Persimmon. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Ah,
And then...
life did not give us lemons. We made them all ourselves.
Alright.
Oh, depending
It's
on what you choose, changes how high you can jump.
Yeah. This map's interesting.
Alright.
Adorable little laugh. to getting the things out of the way that I know are bad props.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the prop ping is like always 15 seconds, so
Yeah.
I wonder why they
I
decided on...
Oh. Right. So, alright, I'm just, like, waiting. I don't know, for some reason it says matchmaking canceled and I'm not loading in with y'all, but that's fine.
Ah, okay.
Let's just wait for the ping. Okay, you're off in the distance. Oh, this is new.
Oh, you can pick up, like, pings? That's interesting.
It's horrifying to see you hitting a bunch of things.
Thank you. I try. And them actually disappearing?
There we go.
Who said this was a cool thing? Or skin? Words.
Me.
The dragon. I thought the dragon was pretty cool.
I thought that was pretty cool as well.
Yeah. I love it. It's the closest thing to my Sona that I can get.
That's cool. There's still no zebra or horse in Fortnite, which annoys me. It's just like, why? Why don't we have horse?
We were supposed to get a Knoll, but then we got...
Persona Noel. Like, was that during like the Mad Max thing? And yes, it is
Yeah.
morning for me, Clarkson Otter, by the by.
I feel like the closest we were gonna get to a horse is BoJack Horseman.
Oh my goodness. No. There's more kind of horse personalities than just rehab was supposed to be a fresh start.
I haven't
Dear
actually
Lord.
watched it. I just know that people keep saying that everybody is this is the best animated cartoon of the whole time.
For adult animation, it kind of is, but there's been more that's been put out since then. But still,
My favorite cartoon is still just Steven Universe. Or Avatar, but I count Avatar as an anime more than a cartoon.
Steven Universe or Steven Universe Future.
I haven't watched Future yet.
Future, it was definitely trying to like bring in the more like, you know, adult theme of like, oh, like childhood trauma from all the shit Steven did back in like, because season 1 already is like some crazy nonsense where it's like, hey, you did like some time like looping nonsense and was able to make several dozen clones of yourself and they all disappeared into sand. Like that enough would be traumatizing. But yeah, then there was a whole ton of
everything
them.
that Steven did and experienced and saw.
He saw his Pearl get poofed.
Yep,
Yep.
he saw Pearl
Which he
got
didn't
poofed.
know
He
the
was the reason for
concept of-
some.
Yep.
Yeah, he was the reason that
go
some
ahead.
gems got poofed. He got his own gem removed.
He almost
He saw
died
his
of old
friends get
age.
tortured. Yeah, that almost
Yeah,
died of
he
old
almost
age.
died of old
The
age.
mutations that he went through too when he was learning about transformation.
The cluster.
Steven went through a lot of fucking shit.
The cluster was... Because you have to think about it. That was horrifying to be a gem at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like broken body parts sewn together.
Yep.
The real question is, who is favorite Steven Universe character?
I don't know.
Amethyst
Topaz.
is dope, I'll say that, but Garnet though.
God is my favorite. I love Garnet.
Wait, you can destroy prompts?
Yeah, you can destroy props. That's what the fake props do.
I didn't know that was a thing you could do.
So, am I assuming you can see me?
Hey, Dragon, if you go back into the big blood room, I'll show you where I am.
Okay.
Never mind, it's ended.
Yes! Ooh.
This map is so cool because it has the destructible props.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I remember Clarkson Otter mentioning it was like in Gmod, it's like you'd lose health when you like did false checks or what have you. But I think this one is probably just as good, where it's like, oh yeah, there's destructible props, which plays into Fortnite's thing, which Gmod didn't really give you. So yeah. So, oop, where the fuck did I just land? Just give everyone an aneurysm right now, just by doing the steps like this. Actually, that kind of hurts my eyes as well. So yeah, how's it going on your side at Loop?
Matchmaking canceled. I'm just sitting in the party.
Oh, get rid of the custom key.
I didn't put in a custom key. I just went and hit join party.
Okay. Try and join
oh.
without the party and see how it goes.
Move.
Oop.
Oh,
Just make sure you're on
actually,
Oceana, like,
at party.
thingy.
Yeah.
I'm on Eastern Standard.
You were able to... Oh, but you joined party, so that's why you were able to...
Mine was set to like auto, but I did change it to the Oceana. It's not. Oh well. It's getting close to the
Mine's-
party starting. I need to go in and set a couple things up. So I'm just gonna
okay.
bounce. Because just the fucking download taking forever was annoying.
Sorry to hear about that, Atom Pink.
Yeah, it happens. Well,
Technically,
you guys
mine
have
is
fun.
on
You guys
auto,
have a
too.
good stream.
Mm.
And
Ooh, what the...
No, I'm stuck.
what's that? Oh, y'all have a good one. Enjoy streams and all.
Res me. Wait, does it actually work? Is it gonna show you where they are?
Yep.
Oh, that's fucked.
That I don't
I'm
think this
sorry.
game was expecting you to be able to do something like that.
I'm sorry, Bird. I ruined your hiding spot. I fucking what do you call it? Because I was stuck.
Where the... I have honestly lost track of them. Ah! Shit! I'm
Come res
stuck.
me real quick. Come res me real quick.
I can't.
Oh, I think I saw what you were. Hang on. Where the fuck is that set? The fuck?
Hey, if someone stole your shirt, that's my job.
Hey, yeah, Bookie does. Oh, it's gonna be one of those kinds of. Alright, hang on. There we go. Ah! No! I see a hiding spot opportunity and I can't get to. Oh, there you are.
Whoop.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. The shakedown, it definitely like ruins it. I shouldn't do it anymore. I'm sorry. Sorry.
You had to test it. You had to.
I had
see
to, I was just sort of like, does it? So, let's see. But yeah. Also, hi there, Nightman. Welcome to the stream. If you would like to join in on some prop hunt, you're welcome to do so. We're just in a public lobby, so anyone can join into like the little thingamadiggy. Oh yeah, these are the fake props. Righto.
Did you hear that Chipotle is going out of business?
Nope.
What?
Chipotle is going out of business.
How? I thought Chipotle was like decent.
Apparently they're filing for bankruptcy.
That's a shame.
Hey, Grant.
What's up?
Eh. Come on. Get me up there. Hello.
Hello.
Do you know where I am, Grant?
No. There we go.
You're going to...
Excuse me.
So...
Ah. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so Tatsu's the hunter, and they're trying all the different weapons.
I wonder if I can copy that. This is experimentation time.
Ah, damn it. See the little indicator of like Tatsu's thingy-diggy? And I'm just like so worried.
The little feet?
Yeah, I can just see the feed indicator because I've got like the audio thingy-diggy turned on and I'm just seeing it be like yum yum yum.
That's how I found you, Grant, the
Yeah.
first time.
Mm-hmm.
You kept on moving and I could see it visually.
Yeah, it's a shame that like the crouch button to like toggles the lock in place, so there isn't like a way of being able to like move silently. Unless, is there? Hang on.
Once someone finds me, they're going to be so pissed.
Okay, so wait, is that the control I want? No. Force walk is toggle.
I see what you mean.
Alright, I found the means of,
Grant,
yeah.
do you see me?
Yeah, I see you. I see you. But yeah, I also found a means to,
There's a downstairs. Okay, I never knew this.
Once. Boop.
Hi there, Sir Dragon. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing alright. Oh.
Fuck.
Oh. I think I found someplace bullshit.
Oh. Not that place that's bullshit.
You want to join in on this, Sir Dragon?
I have no more AoE attacks.
Oh, you mean like using all your bullets?
The most, as you put it, bullshit way that I've found to hide is on the table.
It's not your cup of tea? Fair enough, Sir Dragon. Alrighty.
Or Boop.
Also, where in the world is Bookie? How is Bookie not in this right now?
I don't know. I thought we had 5 players now.
Yeah, not
4.
3.
Anywho.
I shouldn't have moved. I thought the timer went out by then, but it didn't. Ah.
Where was he?
I was like a little bottle. And what was really funny is when Tatsu like first opened the door and such, I was like on the inside part. So, ugh. Darn. All right.
If you and I are... Oh, never mind.
So yeah, also, Tatsu, if you want to like
Yeah?
swap between like dashes and such, press the comma button. It will like force you to walk.
You can go into the starting room if you want. Like the hunter starter room.
Okay.
People don't usually check there.
Hmm. All right, let's see.
Oh, it's raining down heavily here.
It was raining a little bit where I am, but not heavily.
Yeah, it was only raining a little bit where I am as well.
I can just see your footsteps. It's a little bit... I feel a little bit cheaty.
Oh wait, my footsteps or?
I don't know.
Me and Grant both have that on, so it's not cheating if we all have it on.
Yeah.
Oh! Oop.
I can't believe I'm already level 6 just playing Buffalo.
Hello. 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 I lost him.
Ah, damn it!
I don't know what you were, but you're coming with me.
No, 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 no. No, you will never take me alive. No!
I have a grant.
Ah!
I'll let you see what I am if you let me see if I can actually revive him.
Okay.
Hang on.
Oh.
Drop him. Drop him. I can't revive him. He's coming with me.
How do you feel about that?
There's still Grant. There's still Grant.
You can revive him?
What?
I was trying to revive him. You murdered me. How dare you?
All right, we know that for next time.
Apparently.
That's what I was told you to revive me when I died before
Serverdonks
and he wasn't near
88
me. I was like,
paid me to
revive me,
say.
please.
I was.
Thank you for the bits, Sir Dragon. That's pretty cool.
That was awesome.
That was
Hey,
cool.
Tatsu.
Yeah.
Come here. Come here. Change to a prop. I'm gonna change into that thing.
Listen to them strategizing.
I have no clue.
And then
what
come
we're
here.
doing.
Come here. Come here. Boop.
All right. This will
There's
be it.
hiding places like this all over the map.
This will be it. Let's see.
If I turn off my crisper, you're going to hear a roof wailing. Pretty good hiding place, huh?
Pretty good, pretty good.
But you get XP from moving in this map. Playing and moving.
Hmm.
But it's just a thing to remember.
I'm currently just trying to get the free XP for traveling 400 meters.
It's every 400. And jumping counts.
Hmm.
We're gonna look really stupid. Sounds like a herd of buffalo are on the ceiling.
Oh, I swear to Christ. Oh.
Hey, Grant.
Hey, what's up?
I mean your walls. I mean your walls.
Yeah, it sounds like you're in my walls. What in the world? I just need...
Oh my god.
Probably down a floor, perhaps? Not explicitly in? Hang on, let's see.
Hey Tatsu, can I give him a hint?
You what?
Can I give him a hint?
Yes. What's the... Give me a few.
This is an old mansion. This is an old mansion.
There...
Think Scooby-Doo.
Alright, hang on. Yeah. it's not. Okay, is it a case
It
that they
will.
are actually in the weird... Hang on. Now comes the bit where I try and jump onto this thing.
I can just see you, Tatsu.
Yeah, I'm just running around trying to get more XP.
So this is an old mansion. Think secret passages.
I am aware. Just remember, I am dumb as fuck.
You're
I'll
not
help you,
dumb.
Grit. I'll help you, Grit.
It's just
Where are you, Greg?
crazy that you're just in the fucking wall.
Come this way, come this way.
Oh my god, it was really that secret of a path. Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
And we will hide it up here before.
Now you know what think Scooby-Doo means.
Run, Forrest, run!
I will say you've passed me twice.
Hang on.
I'm just a dancing cheese on a table.
No, 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 please. At least let me become the cowboy hat first. Can I become that cowboy hat first, Grant? Thank you. Let me become. You didn't let me get a cowboy hat, you motherfucker! There's a cowboy hat there, I wanted to be it! Look at it! It's a cool hat!
Alright, where's the bookshelf again? Pass them twice now. Ah. Hey there, Big DJ. I'm doing alright. I'm playing some prop hunt with Tatsu and Bone. You're welcome to join in with us. Oh, it used to be pinned. Hang on a second. Ding, dong, bam. Ding.
I'm getting hungry.
Unpin, manually unpin. There we go. So yeah. So you're welcome to join in. So if you're in the Oceania server, you should be thrown into our match. I would love for you to join in. It's always more fun with more people.
You can't become the. You can't become the.
Oh, because if you spawn now, then
mad
there's an issue.
anymore.
Okay.
No, you can't become the wolf mad anymore. Sag.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm gonna go get my burrito.
Sounds good.
My burrito has been gotten. How are you doing, Grant?
I am alive. I'm doing alright. I am actually down to 101.4 kilograms. So I've been doing...
Great. I know you were striving for that. So great job.
Yeah.
I'm still keeping up with my squat routine.
Sounds good, sounds good.
Where's the money? Where's the money?
I ain't telling you nothing.
No, that's it. You go into the hole.
I love this stream.
It's a fun map. It's a shame there isn't like more people.
You're in the doghouse now. You're in the doghouse now.
Nope, I'm getting out.
Bad boy.
Alright. It would, like, community streams are hard for me to host and what have you. It would be nice to do them with, like, more peeps involved, but my god, it is a lot of effort just trying to get, like, you know, 3 or 4 people. I don't know how some people are able to get, like, you know, dozens vying for, you know, joining in and playing. I don't know how they do it.
Ow!
It was like the one I saw and I was like, this could be a prop that's like purposely meant to be there, but I ain't taking chances.
Yeah,
So,
it was supposed to be there.
okay, okay.
The whiskey bottles are supposed to be there, but I just moved the whiskey bottle.
Oh, okay.
And there's a plate of macarons in here, so...
Let's see.
Macaroons, macarons.
Macaroons.
What's the difference?
Macarons
They're the exact same
are...
thing.
Oh, I thought one was plural. Macaroons is like singular, macarons I thought was plural. That was my thought.
I thought they were just different accents to say it.
Yeah.
I thought they were completely different dishes.
No.
One's like a hard cookie, one's like a soft cookie.
No, they're the same thing.
Oh.
Alright, so we go here.
I didn't know that. One's like a dessert. I thought one was a dessert and one was like a meal or snack.
Alright, so
Yes.
yeah, so right now it's still me and Tatsu as props and what have you, and then we got Bone who's going as a hunter, and we like ideally you're supposed to like rotate from like one hunter between the 3 of us. It would be way more fun with more people though, let me tell you. We had it pretty good at the start with the Walmart, even with all the different like I was hoping to set up custom matchmaking key, but it looked like it was just not working in our favor, and I was like, fuck it, we'll just go public. And amazingly enough, we have not been joined by any randoms while playing this, and yeah, was hoping for peeps to join in, so. Hey, little Incineroar. You want to join in Fortnite?
Sipping Time sponsored by little_Incineroar.
I heard you I saw you guys. I don't know where you were, but I saw your movement. There.
Why am I getting a network disconnect problem?
Oh boy.
Like, I'm getting like
That's
a
not
little
good.
network icon in my Fortnite, but it doesn't look like it's affecting Twitch or Discord right now.
Map.
Ding, dun, 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 dun.
Ugh. Oh, I have good news, Grant.
Oh, what's the good news?
The tumor that they found was benign.
Oh, nice! Cool, so no life-threatening tumor. Hi there.
No, but it was still the size of a tennis ball.
Radio. Nice. Hi there, Sash. Welcome to the stream. It's going all right. We had a few people. We had like 5 people playing at one time, which was nice, but now we're down to 3. You're welcome to join in. Like, I'm gonna be at least... I want to try and get another hour in, I'm gonna be real with you. And I feel like if we had more people joining in, we would be able to get to that.
Is the one and only Sashiro?
Yeah, it's Sashero. It's one of my moderators. Also, hi there, Infra. Big Zeebs. Yeah. And because it's Macro March, I can get even bigger using bits and subs, or the Hyper Himbo redeem. What is... Oh, hello. I saw the post on this guy.
I was supposed to be there, but I don't know. Oh, I forgot about this room. Hello. Hello.
Ah, damn it, you saw me! No!
You were toilet paper. Come back here. You're gold?
Ah! Oh god, Oh, I am just having
I
a
don't.
cool time in this map or whatever. Oh, there we go. I think I'm...
Are you stuck?
Not anymore.
Well, there's only a few places
I
you
just
can get
love
stuck
watching
in,
because I
you know?
can see Grit through the wall. It's love watching him like jumping around and panicking.
Hello.
Ah!
God damn it. Accept your fate.
Accept your fate.
What else do you want me to say?
Die, motherfucker, die.
Been waiting for Epic Games to update. Ah, okay, big DJ, not to worry. You think you'd have to reinstall Fortnite? It's not a small game. God damn it! Ah, I'm sorry to hear that, Sash. Also, hi there, anime dude. Welcome to the stream. We're playing a prop hunt map in Fortnite. Everyone who has Fortnite installed is welcome to join in. I have now escaped
those that
death
don't.
twice.
Because you're such a tiny prop.
Yeah, and I've been running around as well, and like thankfully there's like elevation to this, so it is like possible to like run and evade. Here we go. 2, 1. Hello.
I'm not gonna lie.
No, tiny
you walked
bottle.
in. Not gonna lie, you just walked in, Bernard looked straight at me. I'm like, if you fucking kill me instead of Grit, I'm gonna rage. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna
Oh.
fuck cry.
Yeah. It is what it is.
I didn't see you.
You good?
I just saw
okay.
Grant just. Oh, if you do emotes, or prop dances.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I forgot what the emote button. Oh, there we go. So yeah,
For me, it's down.
there might have. Oh, actually, maybe I need to double check what's going on with, because my Unraid server might be trying to do something right now. Because yeah, I can see that there's a few frames missed due to rendering lag, so that might be it. So let me just do a minimum. No, it doesn't look like I'm uploading or downloading anything, but I'll keep it like that for now. Close the group. Here we go. So yeah, if you want to join in and play with us in Infra, you're welcome to. You just need to get the island code, which I have like pinned in the chat, and then set your matchmaking to Oceania, so then that way you get thrown into the same map as us.
Do you see?
So, but this is where I was last round.
Okay. Let's see.
Truth be told, I think I'm thoroughly stuck.
Gotcha.
I tried to sneak away while you were walking around.
Yeah, well now you can help me find Bone.
I'm not going to because I know exactly where they are. They said they're stuck.
Thoroughly stuck.
Would you like me to end your suffering?
No. I want to see how long it takes Grant or... Hi.
Yep, saw the bottle in the... Oh. Probably won't be able to join this time around, but seeing as there will be 2 or more of these item drops over the next several days, I'll probably tune into a bit more. Oh, cool. Nice. I am not a regular Fortnite streamer, okay? I'm just gonna have to put that out there. The only reason I'm playing this is because it's a free game, and I wanted to play Prop Hunt. There's a lot of Prop Hunt-like games out there, but I didn't want to risk, like, you know, telling someone, hey, if you want to join in and play, pay $10 into this game that you might only play once. I do not have, like, you know, a lot of good pull to be able to do, you know, convincing people to buy games. I am not that kind of a streamer, so I try and limit it to games that, one, everyone has, or, are, basically free. Actually, no, that's not going to be a good one. Alrighty, here comes the hunter. You play free games or you play the ones with a lot of replay value? So, that's for the party games. That goes off like once a month at the last Saturday of the month. That's the intention. The games that I, like, look through my, like, previous, like, VODs and nonsense, it's like, it's a lot of games either in my backlog or are ones that, are new that I really want to play.
It doesn't help that you also started moving just as I turned around as well.
Yup. It didn't help. Anything, actually. He's not up here. I'm gonna search all the cheeky places. He's somewhere. He may be down.
It's a green bottle. It's a green bottle.
Remember my sacrifice, Aitatsu.
No!
He's an idiot. I don't know where he is, but he's an idiot.
He just slammed the door. Did you say he was an idiot? I love this game.
It's more fun when you change prompts and run around, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I was aiming for the bottle above the bookshelf, and then I became a bookshelf.
Then I became the bookshelf.
You're thinking about joining, but you never played Prop Hunt on Fortnite before? Go ahead, Anime
it's
Dude.
easy.
Join us. Join us. Please. So.
It's beautiful, it's easy, and you'll probably be a hunter.
So, yeah. So.
If we're being honest.
Yeah. So the way it works, so. There's a gun, and you point it at a prop that's, like, highlighted like so. You shoot it, and you become the prop. If you don't like it, you right-click it, and you look for something else.
Or if you're playing on console, L2 is to cancel your transformation. R2 is to become something.
It would have been funny to just be a single potato. Okay, let's see how this goes. This one might be painful. So yeah. What are you, like level 3000 or something? No, I don't play Fortnite that much. The only reason I'm playing it is for the prop hunt.
I know someone that is.
Alrighty.
Why is these shoes here that it wasn't here before? And we are playing with def mode on.
So
I believe that's what it's called.
yeah, it's like audio description mode. So it's like, so like if you move around like strongly. Oh.
You little bitch!
You just like went straight for me. I was so confused. How did you?
I didn't know you were there. Come back here. Ooh. I think he's still somewhere in this room.
Ah!
You stuck, Grant?
I'm not telling.
I'll take that as a yes. Hi, anime dude. You can help me find Grant. He's somewhere here.
It's a lot scarier now that there's two of them.
Yes, yes, it is. Sawbook. Ah, my eyeball. Ugh. I don't have any. Ah.
Gotta survive
believe
this
you
for
got it.
another 2+ minutes!
I can't believe you've got it away free time, Grid.
I can't believe you haven't been seen once. Although to be
I-
fair,
I'm
I am.
only playing with one hand.
Hmm.
Because I have to. But. Hello? Who's in there? Who's in the loo?
Okay.
Do you call it a loo or a restroom?
I call it a toilet.
Ah. I call it a bathroom.
Move!
Fuck.
Survive,
Let me
Tatsu!
free.
No.
I was a banana behind that cabinet the whole time.
That's awesome, buddy. Ooh.
Come on.
The worst thing is hiding like in small places.
Hmm. Five seconds to go. Oh. Yeah, you're fucked. You won't be able to find me. So you know the 3 barrels that are in the basement and how one of them moves in and out?
Yeah.
Yep.
You can't get between the 3 barrels when all 3 barrels are there. But if the barrel moves out of the way and then you move in between the two, the third barrel moves back in. And I was just like, come on, move, move.
But you can destroy the barrel.
Oh, okay, well. Alright, so,
Anything that moves can be destroyed.
noted. Actually, hang on, can I be... Yes, I can. Awesome.
We had the same idea.
Ah, okay.
I'm gonna be a... I need to go to the kitchen to do something.
I need...
Oh, yeah. I'm staying here.
It's gonna be risky, but I'm trying this spot here. Let's see how Anime Dude does.
That's Tatsu that's, in the hot seat.
Motherfuckers walking circles around me.
I thought Zeebs would have given him the slip. I still gave him the slip. They haven't found me yet. Although I can hear them throwing the fucking disco balls. Ah! I turned at the wrong time. I couldn't like stay static, otherwise I wouldn't like be clipping. So, yeah, good work, Tatsu. Alrighty. 2, 1. No, I'm just setting it there just in case there was something. Oh. What in the world?
Practice Cobalt to see if they did.
Oh. You are a slipper, big guy.
Do you even
Okay.
know what I was? Do you even know what I was?
No, we
No,
didn't.
I just knew you were in the area, so I just started shooting the poison gas.
What were you?
A banana in the pie.
Oh my goodness.
I need me.
Banana. There's no banana. Oh my god.
banana.
You must have grabbed the banana from elsewhere. Alright.
No, it's in that room. Grant, come.
Actually, hang on.
I can show you where the banana is.
I know what I want to be.
Oh, I see the banana. Okay.
And I was like that
Okay, okay.
the whole time.
I'm so sad. I thought this was a telescope. It's a bottle of alcohol.
Oh, I think I found a hiding place.
Oh, I found something.
Grant?
Yeah?
I think I found a cheaty hiding place.
Okay. Well, I don't know where you are, so good luck to you, good sir. Alright, I found someplace cheeky.
Is that you up there?
Yeah. What are you? Oh.
It's not even the same person. I went to fucking run and hide somewhere else, and you fucking ran back in. You fucking ran back in. You fucking dogged me. You meant to be on my team, but you were against me this whole time.
I didn't know you were gonna move. Ah!
I didn't even know that was you. I was trying to shoot the little things.
No!
You're coming with me, bucko.
You know, if you kill me sooner, it means I have to be on the hunter side, right? Alright.
Fuck.
They're in the fireplace.
Oh, okay. I was like, I could barely.
No, I wasn't in the fireplace.
You were the fireplace?
I was under the floorboard.
Oh my god. How?
I don't know, and I was kind of stuck.
Alright.
So the
Let's
banana
see.
goes right under the floorboard.
Alright, I'm gonna. Let's see. Something here. Let's try and find something else. Let's try some. Okay.
What kind of local sodas do you have?
Well, the one that I'm drinking right now is the Coke Zero Sugar Zero Caffeine. Also, hi
I'm
there,
drinking
Fizz
the
Tiger.
Pepsi-
Welcome to
I'm-
the stream.
I'm drinking the Pepsi with no sugar.
Hmm.
I'm
So-
drinking Cheerwine, which is a soft drink, not a hard drink.
Hmm.
This game will be really hard to play when you're drunk.
We just do a house rule of like each false like hit you like we'll have to pick like a more bare kind of room, but it's like false hits it's require you to take a sip or something crazy like that.
Each loss.
Every time, yeah, I was about to say every time you fed, you take a shot.
Or every time you change props. I think would be you intoxicated.
Every time I feel like every time if I had to take a drink every time I was changing props, I feel like I would be getting drunk real quick.
Smashed.
Hmm.
So 3 barrels.
Oh.
Hello.
I do not know where the 3 barrels are, but anyhow.
Oh, the 3 barrels aren't here anymore. Or am I thinking from like a different side?
Probably not. Like, I know that one moves. That one moves. But I don't know any of the 3 barrels that move. Oh. Strange. It's like right here. Where's
Where?
the barrel come from then? Here.
I love how you're as if you're streaming yourself. You're like, here, to, you know, an unknown audience.
I always do that. It makes me play better.
Yep.
You're saying you don't when you're not streaming?
No, well, when I'm streaming, yeah, but that's because I'm presenting to all you lovely viewers out there. So, yeah.
Like, I play like I'm playing a Let's Play.
Hmm.
Because it somehow makes me play better. If that makes any sense.
A little bit. It's like the rubber duck trick when you're doing coding and what have you. Is that if you if you like sort of try and process what you're trying to do and explain it to a rubber duck, you start like breaking it down a lot more manageably, and you'll normally pick up on like whatever faults you're trying to solve.
Yeah.
So, let's see. You're going ham, aren't you?
Yeah. Because I heard footsteps in this area.
Ooh, that's actually not too bad of a hiding spot there. If I can get to it. Ah! I thought it was safe, but the ping went off and you were just like hacking away at everything. Alrighty, let's have a look.
The only reason I figured out where you were was because the plant looked extremely thick.
Ah.
The plant thickness gave you away.
I wasn't even the plant, I was like a little, like, pot thing.
Up. Beat down.
You're not allowed to do
No,
that.
you're not.
We said that.
Alright, don't look, don't
Oh.
look.
Don't look at all. I have never
Just
done
looking
that,
down?
so
Yeah, no, just look down, don't look anywhere.
look down, look down, look down. Can we look up now?
Yes.
Okay. I was trying to, like, pick him up and X
Oh,
button.
there they are, hang on. Yeah, this... Got him.
I did not know you could do that.
I did it twice, and it was like a... Yeah, it's... I don't think it was meant... Like, I don't know if that's something that they're keeping the entire time, or if something from, like, the most recent, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, that's been there for the whole time.
No, what I mean
Yeah,
is like, is it there because of the current season of Fortnite that's going on right now, or something like that, is what I mean.
Yeah.
That one's been there since I've started playing, which is when it first released almost.
That's never been
Yeah. Either way,
the
it's
way
like,
I...
as... If there was, like, a lot of props or something like that, maybe there wouldn't be such an issue, but considering there's, like, so few of us playing, I did not change at all. That was pretty good, Anime Dude. Besides the fact of, like, you know, doing the shakedown thingy-majiggy, I don't think the shakedown did that much for us, because, yeah, the minute it popped off, I was like, alright, I'm just gonna look down, so then that way I only saw, like, the little triangle thing.
I did too.
Yeah, so, yeah, we did, like, honor code on that one there. But, yeah, the minute you started running as the Slipper, I was like, okay, I can see. That's when I started, like, you know, making my moves.
I was like, why is it?
I don't like not knowing.
Grant, I'm gonna run an experiment.
Where the f... Oh, are you in the... You're in the fucking walls, aren't you?
Nope. Not in the walls. But you could hear that, right?
Hang on a second, so... I hear... So there's footsteps over there. Okay.
I'm doing so many emotes. That's what I am.
Okay, I don't have too many of these.
But yeah,
I am honestly having a tough time here.
I'm having fun.
Are you like a level lower? Oh, okay. I would be real.
Took you a while to find me.
It took me a minute, and I am a bit surprised it took me that minute. That was probably like the biggest... My update's been saying 7 minutes for the last 30 minutes. Oh my gosh, DJ, I'm so sorry. That was probably the biggest prop up that's successfully hidden. Oh, get you out of the way. I'm just gonna start breaking all of these. Alright, I don't hear them in this room. Hi there, Jack. Welcome to the stream. Dunk.
I was doing emotes. And either Grant couldn't hear them,
Yeah,
or something.
yeah, I couldn't hear them. And right now, I'm having a hard time seeing you.
He killed me.
Yeah, I killed Bud.
Okay, so now we're just looking for anime.
So I was
dude.
doing this
Where?
as a spoon.
Okay, well, you didn't have to say that. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't hear a ping either, which is...
They're in here.
I just wanted to see if you could hear it. Apparently they turned it off.
Darn it.
That's what I was doing.
Nice
To
work,
see if
anime
they turned
dude.
off the emote.
Okay.
to see if they turned off the emotes.
Yeah, they probably did, maybe. That was some good work. Hey, Jack, do you want to join in with us on some Fortnite?
I might have
So it
one more because
wasn't-
then I'm gonna go get something to eat.
Not fair enough. I probably have like 15 more minutes in me, so this might be the last one, honestly. Yeah, because these things take like 6 or 7 minutes to do. So I might like we play this round and then it's like, you know, head off into the just chatting area and call it a day. Actually, you know what? I've not been something in here. Let's see. Let's try.
Wait, you can be the things that you have to pick up? Weird. I think I broke the map.
That was fast.
I came in as I turned into the bush.
Ah, okay. I'm not downloading Fortnite
Yeah, I
just to
think-
play it once. Fair enough, Jack. I can't fault you for that. Look, I understand there's a, like... I don't play Fortnite all the
Hey,
time
can you-
either.
This thing?
I know a whole ton of people that wouldn't play Fortnite because of either the monetization in the battle pass, or just that it feels very juvenile because it's, you know, it plays well and it works well with kids, and because of the monetization, it's very exploitative on the kids. I understand all those arguments. I
You
understand them.
can't become the rug anymore.
Ah, shame.
The wolf rug. Up here. So yeah, apparently you can become the pumpkins that are scattered across the map.
They're a little toy.
Ah, damn it. I thought I was out of your sight and able to change. You remember the time when Fortnite was a single-player game and was not a battle royale? Oh, I remember that time as well. I remember pre-ordering it when it was like Fortnite Save the World, back when it was meant to be an Orcs Must Die survival crafter. So I remember that. All right, one more. So, because that was a very quick match. We'll do one.
Yeah, I'll do one more. Also, I'd never seen that bedroom before. That's a cool bedroom.
Yeah, that's cool. So I was like, you know
Yeah.
what, let's try. So I was like, let's try and change into something from there. So, amazingly enough, Tatsu, you shot the poison arrow like all over the place, and somehow you missed me.
Did it get you? Yeah.
It missed. Like I was still at like my health or what have you.
And now I can't even find that bedroom. I wanted to go in there, but I can't find it.
It's by the kitchen.
There we go. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah.
It's okay, I found it even better already.
You did you? Alright, just gonna stop raids for an hour. Da-da-da. What the? Oh wow, anime dude got yeah.
Honestly, there's more tiny. I did not know that move.
Darn it. Anime is like on point. They were able to like the minute I decide to move, they were like, right. They caught wind of me. Oof. Good work, anime dude. All right.
Oh wait,
That
did you
killed all
kill
of
me?
us.
Sorry.
I said, oh wait, did you kill me?
Pretty sure. Yeah, Tatsu got like you got hit with anime dude got you like very fast. So
I was low key. I was alt tabbed.
you were hoping you were in a good enough hiding spot to alt tab and have for a long period.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good head, but apparently not.
The stupid false prop gave me away. And then he threw a boogie bomb at me.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Without the boogie bombs, he wouldn't have known I was there.
Without the boogie bombs. I think the boogie bombs is actually a pretty good, like little addition to the prop hunting. I think, honestly, that was probably a smart one to use. Like, that's a smart addition.
Yeah,
I agree with the boogie bomb.
I love it. Can someone confirm you can become that? The pumpkin?
You can, but you turn into a coin instead.
Ah. That's weird. Hello.
Ow. Darn. Alright.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't remember that being there.
Yeah, once you, I feel like after I'm still getting surprised with areas of this house, but slowly but surely I feel like you start getting familiar with the map.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
And then you find a prop that you did not know you could become, like the banana. I did not know you could become the banana.
They're in the walls or something. Hang on a second. Because they're just...
I'll go search it.
Alrighty, come on.
Nope, they are not in the walls.
Oh.
But they are in this room.
I'm basically just doing this to give you guys a hint because I did choose a kind of fucked spot.
thing is like, I want to... that.
Okay, I feel bad. Come to the basement.
So, wait, hang on.
Hello. This is where I was.
I don't...
Just in here. Oh, I don't think you guys could actually kill me from in here either. Oh, yeah, you can. You can
yeah,
poison
yeah.
me.
Hang on, where's the bottle? I think you were the bottle, weren't you?
Yep.
There we go. Now just to find anime dude. Oh, he's a bear! Got him. Alrighty. That is going to be it for me, I think.
Same.
Yeah, because, one, I think it's been a pretty decent length of time, and I feel like, you know, unless, like, whole slew of new people come in, we're not gonna... I gave up my hiding spot to run. You had a good hiding spot. I still don't know where exactly you were, anime dude, so... Alright,
I have to also give away mine.
Yeah. So... I love how both
I
of you
wanna
found
see if you can
amazing
become-
hiding spots after I just said aloud, oh yeah, like once you play after a while, you kind of know everywhere. It's like, nope, clearly I did not. But yeah, that,
Oh,
yeah.
that's horrible.
Thank you for Dragon Force. But yeah, that is going to be it for me today. So it's almost 12 o'clock.
That's
Damn, just when your
horrible.
game was done updating. It was stuck at 7 minutes remaining for who knows how long. So yeah, this is it for me. I'm not 100% certain if I am gonna stream next week after March, just because I want to try and put a little more focus into trying to lose some weight, like try and get under 100 kilograms before April 8th. And the best way for me to do that would be just to, instead of streaming in my evening, just to actually like go on the treadmill, like for half an hour, however long, before I like, you know, shower and go to sleep and what have you. Today I need to do some chores. I want to hang out in Unnamed's VR chat session. They host it normally at around this hour as well. I've posted about it in my Discord, but they haven't posted in their Discord and in Solos. There's a number of people who come along to this thing, and it's just a sort of hangout session and such, and I think they've made it available to, like, anyone that is part of Unnamed's group, like their Unnamed, like, VR chat group, which is open to everyone. But, yeah, I don't know what my stream schedule is going to look like. I've got a house inspection on Tuesday. I really, really want to try and lose some weight, and... yeah, I'm just going to have a real serious think about, like, what is, if there is going to be another community stream, because these are, I love being able to do these, but my god, it is stressful, like, the hours or leading up to it, or even within, like, the first hour of two, like, getting it all set up. I am so thankful to Bone, Tatsu for joining in up until the end there. Anime Dude, thank you for finding my stream and joining in as well. I greatly appreciate it. Earlier we had Red, we had Bookie. Those were amazing peeps to join in, and I hope all of you were at least enjoying the stream or hoping to join in. But you know, it's yeah. I'm running down on legendary. Back to level grinding for me. Not to worry, Anime Dude. But yeah, before you all disappear, I will have us go on a little raid. So, it looks like I follow this person, but I haven't like raided into them before. But Tolk TV looks to be getting started in a Bloodborne stream. I don't know how far into Bloodborne they've gone, but thought we'd go and raid into them. If you are subscribed, you're welcome to use the, the classic Himbo raid message with the following emotes. If you're not subscribed, that's okay. You can use whatever other kinds of emotes you want. Here's the raid message without the Himbo raid. And yeah, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you everyone who came along and watched the stream. I appreciate it. Thank you for those of you who even joined in. I am very appreciative of those of you that did. I hope you all have a good morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are. I'm going to get my lunch sorted, and probably figure out chores or VR. And hopefully I'll see you some other time in the future. Bye for now.
I'm gonna get on VR. Bye, Grant.
Bye.
I'm gonna probably get on VR.
Sounds good. Three, two, one, and